Hello guys, this is Wiki, the adequate gamer. I just started recording these YouTube videos, so this is going to be my first one. I don't know if the recorded sound is going to be good. I'll be checking on it a little bit later. So we'll see how these videos turn out. But I'll start the campaign. I have been playing for a little while, so I can show you a little bit about the game, but we'll start a new one so that I can show you how this is going to turn out.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
I really like the sound and the visual aesthetic in this game. So this is our first tutorial level. It shows that we have a map. You can see that where you have to go. I have to click here to move to this room, and there's little places that can have random events on them. Just
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
so we can move with A and D, but I prefer using the mouse. And here we have our two heroes. One of them is the main tank. He has few skills. I'll get back to them a little later. Then you can see here the health, HP, and the stress level. The stress level is really big factor in this game. If it gets to 100, there is a chance that they will go insane or have another kind of a debuff, or they can have a buff that is inspiring to the others. They can, for example, I have had this guy, I cannot recall what it was, but he got to 100 on the stress level meter, and after that he was really motivated, and he tried to cheer up the other guys when he got his turn. So he decreased some few points of stress each turn, and another time I was playing, it was the complete opposite. He was really mad and he shouted really, I cannot even say what it was, but it was, he went mad completely, and it increased the stress levels of his companions really much. It was bad, but we'll have to try to manage with it. And then we have the other guy. You can see those balls, 4 balls on the upper of when you can see the name of it, and just a little bit up from there you can see those balls. The left side is where he can use this skill. So it's, you have 4 guys you can have 4 guys when you come back to another mission, and you can use that skill from those places, so it cannot be the last place, but anything else is good. And he can do it to the opponents on the first and second place, so here, and it's on each skill. The take aim is a buff for yourself, so you cannot see it the opponent side, but we'll have to take this guy and move. You can, there is random events that pop up. This is the first fight. Yes, you have to kill your enemy. It's a turn-based combat. I'll just use this. There's a chance of getting him to bleed. And when you hover over the enemy, it shows you what kind of an enemy he is. This one is a human. He has 3 speed, 2 dodge, and a fairly low resistance to all of the skills that you can use on them. But this being the tutorial, it's kind of easy to get through them. You saw that I got 4 points there. It was 4 degrees on the stress level. And you can see here, this is your light banner, or what is it called? It will decrease in time while you move in these squares. It won't, if you leave your game running, it doesn't go down. It goes down only when you're moving. Here is another one. These are the objects I was talking about. There are few different kinds of them. There are traps and crates and lockets, and you have to choose a character that you want to open them. I'm pretty sure that there's a difference. I try to open locks and traps with the highwayman. I think he gets a little bit better chance of disarming them. But for these normal things, you can choose whatever you like. And if there is a lockbox and you have a key, you can try to open it with it. Or there is an obstacle that you have to use an shovel to get through it. Or you will, if you don't have a shovel with you, you can manually remove the stones, but the heroes will get a slight loss in health, but also a great increase in your stress. So if there's a chance that you can avoid opening them with bare hands, I would say that it's something that you have to consider.
Leave nothing
now we got
unchecked.
Valuables.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
This is good, and now we just have to keep on going. There was 4 different events that could have happened. I think that they are randomly generated, but in this tutorial map they are always the same.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Yes, now you can see that the light bar has decreased a little. When it goes one of these bump, it will have a negative debuff on you. I think when it's lower, there is a greater chance of you finding valuables, but the enemies will have a greater accuracy and damage against you, so that's really bad. This is a hero that has better stun resistance, and this is just a normal guy. but he has pretty good speed, so he's fast. I like to have one main tank and then an AoE hero or probably another tank and 2 healers. I have noticed that for the first few levels that is a pretty good combination, but we'll have to check later on that which we should use. These are pretty good skills that we have. This is the stunning blow. I could use it against him, but he has that resistance, so I really prefer not to. I could increase his protection, but these are pretty weak heroes. I just would like to get them to low health as possible, fast as possible. I like this AoE skill. If you can ping them, and later on when you upgrade your skills you gain more accuracy to it, and I think that there was a damage buff. Well, not a damage buff, but you can see that there is a damage modifier that has now 50% less damage. It should be, I think the first level that you gain, it's after that it's 45, so it goes down from that. I don't know how, there was 5 levels, so I think that you do almost full damage at later on. But you can also upgrade your weapons, so that will make it more effective against the enemy. I have heard that some people have had really difficult times with the tutorial level. It depends on what kind of, or if the enemy gets a crit hit against you, it can really fast alter the result of the match. If you're at full health with all of your characters and the enemy gets 1 or 2 crit hits against you, it will also decrease your increase your stress level if the enemy gets a hit against you. Here we got a shovel. That it's good for digging up those obstacles, but the tutorial level ends here, so it's not that important. Now it shows us that the quest is complete. I'll try to open the chest with this guy. It's trapped chest, so I would like to use this guy. I think there's a greater chance of him getting it open without taking any damage. It was trapped. I got blight. It doesn't matter now that we are going into town. So we can see we got plenty of money and 1 portrait. These heirlooms are for upgrading your stuff in town. I can show you later. And now there is, you can get those debuffs from or buffs from different kind of objects in the rooms. But I have noticed that there is a great chance that they are bad, but I still take them all, because if you have, some of them are better than the others. Even if you get a bad one, it still might not be a really bad one. I'll have to explain you later, but you can get, for example, one of those that you can only pray in town, or you're not allowed to gamble. I don't think that if you get one of those that you cannot gamble in town. You just have to remember that you have to relieve your stress in some other way in town. So if you have 2 or 3 guys that cannot gamble in town, I think that you should take one of them away in the asylum. But now we got more accuracy and crit hit chance to these Eldritch types. I don't recall what they are, but we'll have to check.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Okay, so this is the main, this is our activity log. You can see this shows what has happened in the game. If you have guys in town, it will show that your stress levels have decreased a certain amount or something like that. Here's your quest log. They will show in the map also. This is our town. Here's the graveyard. This is where
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
I don't really like to talk while the narrator is talking, so I apologize if I stop talking while he does, or if I don't notice that he's talking but I talk over him. It's not on purpose. I would like him to do the talking when he does, so he can explain certain things. In combat I usually don't listen to him, but if I do, I apologize for it if I'm constantly talking over him. And this is the place that you will get your new heroes.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
And here is... these are the two default guys that you will get.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And you can upgrade these. It's you gain a different buff, but it's always that you get a few more places that you can do things, or you get them cheaper. It depends on the building that you get, but I always like to get 2 points to this, so you get
foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
So you get 2 more heroes per week. They will show up in your town. I think that I will get later this. I think 11 or the one after that is enough of the heroes for the start of the game. I have not really come across anything that I could have run out of room for my heroes, but... So this is my first team that I will go into battle a little bit later, but I think that this is a good time to end this episode. I will continue later, and you can write down if you have any more questions, or if you have suggestions that I should be doing less or more. If there's something that you would, if there's something you dislike, you can say that also. This is a work in progress, so I would really appreciate your honest opinion, and if there's something I can do, I'll try to make it so that this will be most enjoyable for you and you will get something out of this. And this isn't something that I'm just rambling on about, so I guess that's it. And leave a comment, like, dislike, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next episode.